what's going on, guys? Dale Valor here with another MVD exclusive video. All right, so listen, here's the deal. I see so many people that are trying to live up to other people's standards. And I think it's the wrong way about going about it. You know, I truly believe that you should have your own standards and the own way that you want to live and what's important to you, and people living up to your standards in order for them to be included into your life, not the other way around. Going around being a people pleaser, a nice guy, you know, a doormat, all those types of things in order to get in good with people, women specifically, that type of thing. You know, look, what you want to do is you want to have your own set of standards and live your life by that. And the people that are in it, great. The people that aren't, cool, right? So that way you have a much more comfortable life. You have a circle of people around you that resonate with you. And I think that that's the best way of going about it. But I have a few thoughts on how to do that and some insights. And so we're going to hop into that right now. Let's get it. Number one, have a code of ethics. All right, what I mean by that is have a moral compass, have standards in your life. You know, in the sense of, look, if somebody just treats you however they want and you go ahead and let them, then what's going to happen is they're going to treat you however they want. And regardless if you like it or not, because what you allow is what persists, okay? And if you never tell anybody, hey, look, you know, I really don't like the way that you're talking to me, or I don't like your tone right now, you know, or however else that you want to phrase it, you know, if you don't let people know that that's unacceptable behavior in your world. Like, so for instance, we'll say racism. Say you got a buddy that goes around telling racist jokes all the time, making racist comments and things like that, and you don't like it. Right? You're the type of guy that you're just like, it's just not my, you know, it's not my get down. Like, I just don't think it's right and that kind of thing. But you go along with it. Because why? You don't want to hurt his feelings, or you don't want to get upset, or you're not confrontational, whatever the case might be. He's just going to keep doing it, man, because he thinks that you're fine with it. He thinks that you're comfortable with it. And so don't allow that. Be able to stand up for yourself and say, no, this is unacceptable in my world. And if you're going to continue to talk like that, I'm not going to talk to you. You know, so that's the deal. And so look, man, if you don't have a code or things that are important to you or boundaries, people are going to just infringe all over you. They're just going to walk all over your world, take what they want and dip. Okay, what I want you to do is in the comments, what is your code? What are some things to you that are non-negotiables that you refuse to accept from other people? If you have to think about it because you don't know, then do that. That's an exercise for you. But I'd like to hear about it in the comments. Let me know what you think and let's have a conversation about it. All right, we're going to get into number two. Let's go. Number two, society. All right, look, there's all kinds of societal pressures. Okay, maybe in your world, you know, you should be married by 30 and you don't want to get married. But do you really think that you should go along with it because that's what society tells you? Another example of that might be you should make X amount of dollars working this kind of job by this point in your life. And that's just not something that you want to do. You want to do something else. You want to start your own business, things like that. But society says that that's what you should be doing, so you go along with it, right? I mean, that's ridiculous, man. What you really need to do is do what's important for you, the things that you want to do. You know, society pressure, man, it's kind of like this weird thing that hangs in the air, because it's like most people will tell you, oh yeah, you should totally just do what you want to do, whatever makes you happy and whatever's good, but yet you always feel that like it's just there, you know, like, oh, well, you know, but I should be doing this because that's kind of what's deemed by society as acceptable. Man, look, you get one go around, okay? Time goes by fast, man. You know, so do for you. Do what's right for you, and go out there and accomplish it. Get it done. And if it doesn't work, try something else, you know? You don't have to live inside of this reality that was framed for you. Frame your own reality. All right, we're gonna get to number three. Let's get it. Just wanted to take this quick time out just to remind you, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do so now. Why? Because look, the information here is essential for you. to get out here and start leveling up your dating life, leveling up your professional life, and leveling up your life in general, man. So look, subscribe to the channel, share it with somebody that you know needs to see it, and I know that you do. Give us a thumbs up. All that good stuff, man. And also, August 28th, we're going to be doing our live Zoom event that we do every single month on the last Saturday of the month. And this one's going to be about, now that things are opening up, you can get back out a little bit, start meeting some new people. How are you going to do that when you've been locked in a cage for the last 16 months or however long, right? So look, that's what we're going to cover, is shaking off the rust. All right, so that's the deal, man. We're going to hop back into the video. Let's get it. Number 3, family. All right, look, family can put a lot of pressure on you, man. You grew up, you know, maybe your parents wanted you to go to college and get this kind of degree or do this and that, work in the family business, whatever the case might be. There's going to be a lot of pressure and expectation there because, you know, they're raising you and they're trying to look out for you and trying to do what they think is right and push you in a certain way. And that's all well and good, but it's your call. And even if it comes down to your family saying, adios, you know, we don't want you to be a part of this family because you're doing what you want to do as opposed to what we wanted to do, at the end of the day, you're going to be better off for it, man, because, you know, this is why. I said it before, you get one go around. How long are you going to live in that shadow? And I get it. It's hard, you know, and you want to live up to their expectations. You want your parents to be proud of you. But there's going to come a point in time where your parents aren't going to be there anymore. And the only person to answer for your life is you. Did you do the things that you wanted to do? Did you accomplish the things that you wanted to accomplish? You know, you're laying there on your deathbed. Can you look back at your life and say, man, I did everything I wanted to do. You know, like I lived a full life on my terms. Or are you going to look back and say, I regret that I didn't do this. I regret that I never tried that. I really wish I'd have did this and now I'm out of time. You know, and that's the real deal. You know, I mean, I can't put it any more real than that. I mean, it sucks. You know, we're all going to die one day, right? But the thing is that when you are going to die, are you going to look back and say, I did it on my terms, I did it my way? Only you can answer that. All right, we're going to get number 4. Let's get it. Number 4, women. Okay, so here's the thing, man. I talk to so many guys. You know, I see this guy out here who's just a deviant, you know, he's a criminal, he blah, 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 heroin addict, and he's always getting with women. You know, why do I have to live like this? You know, why do I have to try to better myself? Yeah. You know, and it's like, come on, man. Don't try to live up to their standards. Stop worrying about what people want from you. Start worrying more about what you want from yourself. What's the downside of improving yourself? You know, it blows my mind. Like, how is that a bad thing to improve yourself? You know, and I can't stand when people ask me that, like, why do I have to improve? Like, you should be improving anyway, regardless. It's not even about them. It's about you. Stop comparing yourself with other people. Start focusing on yourself. Start taking the time to focus on the things that you want to focus on, because every second that you focus on somebody else and what they're doing is a second that you've taken away from yourself and your purpose and your path and what you're trying to do, or at least that you want to do. And it serves nothing but to be upset with yourself because, oh, why do I have to do this when this other guy isn't doing it? Who cares what he's doing? Focus on what you're doing. You know, and stop thinking about like this hive mentality, like, oh, women like this, and so I've got to be that. And if I don't do that, then I'm not going to be able to date anybody. Like, come on, man. That's so ridiculous. It's not a hive mentality. Are there characteristics and traits that are true of everybody across the board? I mean, even if you take people in general, do people act like this in some circumstances? Yes. Then you break it down. Do some men act like this in some ways? Yes. Do some women act like this in some ways? Yes. And you break it down and break it down and break it down. Sure, there's going to be some consistencies, but it doesn't mean that it's like, all women do this all the time, and if I'm not like this, then I get nothing. Like, come on, man. Just work on yourself. Focus on the things that you want to focus on. And along the way, learn how to put that on a billboard for yourself. Learn how to communicate the growth that you've had, the strides that you've made, all those types of things, how to communicate better. All those things will come if you work on them. And that leads right back to work on yourself, man. Stop focusing on what other people want from you and do you. So a little bit earlier in the video, we talked about having a code, right? Setting boundaries, things of that sort. Well, listen, we did a video on setting boundaries a little while back where we go really deep on what boundaries should look like, how to enforce them, how to tell people, hey, you're kind of crossing over the boundary here, and I really need you to take a step back. You know, how to communicate that. So what I want you to do is go check that video out. We're going to link it up. We go really, really deep on that video. I think it's important. Go check it out, and I'll see you there.